Hello, Internet. It is good to see you again. I thought that I could probably maybe kind of make this video a video to bring us back to topic. I found this really great quote by, I think it was Helen Mirren. Of course I copied the quote, but not who said it. And it goes, "The hardest period in one's life is one's 20s. It's a shame because you're most gorgeous and you're physically in peak condition. But it's actually when you're most insecure and full of self-doubt. When you don't know what's going to happen and what's going to happen. It's frightening." And when I read that, first, I thought, hey, this is super relevant to being 20. And second, this is super relevant to me. Fair warning. This is bordering on rant mode. I personally think it's worth the 7.5 minutes, but if you don't have the time or patience right now, come back when you do. I always imagined, your 20s being the best part of your life. You were independent, young, for the most part, child-free. I mean, do what you want. I thought I would be child-free. Just being able to do the things you wanted to do on your terms and transitioning into true adulthood, like your 30s and 40s. And it's not like that. And it sucks. But I thought that this quote was great because she's right. That's what it should be. But because of high school and our parents and our friends and people we work with, not all of them, of course, but because of certain people in our lives, that's not a thing. We're not just living the way we want to. We're still trying to please our parents, or at least live up to their expectations, or something. We don't actually have enough knowledge or schooling to get a real job and live on our own and comfortably live on our own, not just a little tiny one-bedroom apartment somewhere really crappy. We're still finding ourselves, and we're still finding out who our friends really are, and it sucks that we have to do that now, because right now we do have the most energy, and we can go out late and still get up early in the morning to go to work. We can do those kinds of things still, physically with our bodies, but because of society and because of people, it's not happening. And I don't know if this is just me, but I don't think it is, because if it wasn't, or if it was just me, then I would be the only person in their 20s living with their parents still, and getting paid just over minimum wage, and not doing the things I thought I would be doing. But a lot of people that I know that are in their 20s are skating by, for a lack of a better term. They're not living, they're just being. And that sucks. And I don't know how I can change it, because to do the things I want to do, I need money. And to have money, I need to have a good paying job. To have a good paying job, I need to have a degree. To have a degree, I need to go to school. And to go to school, I need to have money. Society has really fucked us over by having these expectations of us. We're just children still. In the grand scheme of things, we are children still. Yes, on paper, we're adults. And yes, we like to think that we're adults and can just do all of these things. But we're just children. And it's not even that we're just children. It's that the transition from where we were 5 years ago to where we are now was so abrupt. At least mine was. It was 16, 17, okay, we're going to give you a few more freedoms and a few more responsibilities so that you can get used to what life is like as an adult. And then I turn 18, and all of a sudden it's like, boom, it's time for you to do these things by yourself. It's time for you to start paying for your own insurance. You know, if you want to go do things, pay for them by yourself. Tuition, that's your deal. And it's like, you pushed me into the world without actual proper guidance. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never lived this life. I don't know what mistakes not to make. I don't know how to do these things. How am I supposed to do them now? By myself? I don't understand. And I encourage all of you to have this conversation with your parents at some point before it's too late. Sit down with them and ask them how to do your taxes, how to change a tire, how to do laundry, how to cook something that's not out of a box. 4 things, out of which I know how to do 2 by myself. And I feel fortunate that I know at least those 2 things, because I know people who don't know how to do any of that. Because their parents treated them like children for so long, and then just said, okay, that's it, that's the cutoff, we're done. And I feel fortunate that I still get to live with my parents and that they haven't kicked me out. That they still, you know, cook for me and let me eat with them, and that it's like living at home, not like living in a little apartment inside of a house. But so many people don't have that. They were literally just forced out at 18 or 19 or 20. And now they're living in their 20s and they don't know what the hell they're doing because they were never taught. And it sucks that we have to spend our 20s learning that, and learning to love ourselves, and learning to make real friends, and that we're not always going to get along with our coworkers, but we can't do anything about that. Because we should be having the time of our lives, because we can still enjoy it now. And the more and more I think about it, the more that saying, youth is wasted on the young, comes to mind, and it's true. But it's not all our fault. Like, I would love to go do these things that sound like fun and are amazing life experiences. But I'm stuck here in the Midwest, living in my parents' basement, going to school full-time, working part-time, and I just can't do these things. Because I don't have the time, I can't take off school or work all the time, I don't have the money, I need to pay for tuition. And it feels so stuck. And I want to get out. And I can't. I know I can't. There are people who think they can, and they do, and then they get out, and then they don't know what they're doing. And then they're stuck there, and I think that's an even worse place to be stuck. It's just frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. And I wish that I could end this on a happy note. But that's where I am. I'm there. Trying to live my 20s and not knowing how. As always, thank you for watching. If you liked it, like the comment, or like this video. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you have any suggestions for me personally, or for videos we could talk about in the future, if you just want to share your experiences, you can leave those down below. We read all of it. We've gotten maybe 2 comments so far at all, so anything is appreciated. On a personal note, my personal channel next week is going to be turning into Song Cover Central. I've decided to do a cover a day, starting on Monday. If you have any requests or suggestions for that, you can leave a comment on one of my other videos on my personal channel, or you can message me on Tumblr. And I will see you around the internet. Megan, I will see you on Friday.